Hey, welcome back everyone. As always, you're here, I'm here. Let's get ripping. Not going to waste any time. We got the Repacked Wax. I think I've done the football and the baseball. I've been looking forward to doing some of the basketball one. The Slam Dunk bonus pack. Guessing that's going to be I would guess an oversized card. So just throw that one up there. So lots of packs. I'm going to take these out of the box though, because it is a lot, which is a good thing. That's why we got to get right into it today. There we go. Now that's a few packs. That's a few packs to open. So here we go. And again, these are a little bit nicer. These are like legit wax packs. I think that's why I always thought that these were kind of cool and unique. Of course, we've opened some different basketball product lately, and you just never knew what to expect. So seeing the condition of the cards is always big. And obviously seeing what we can get from our favorite era. Hudson. Boy, just a thicker card here. I thought that. All right. Weatherspoon. Cheeks. Michael Jordan. Looks like it's overall in pretty darn good shape. Oops, I got to grab the... All right, ran over and got my my sleeves. So the only ones I'll probably, unless I see something higher value, I won't spend too much time with the top loaded and everything. So I can do that afterwards. Joe Dumars, Magic Johnson. Andre Miller, so getting into some Topps Finest. Boy, taking notes from the other sports, right? Taking some notes. Boy, is that a Kukoc rookie? Good one for me. Grant Long. Traded from the Bullets. I guess I would not have expected to see... I mean, it says it's from the 50s on. But that's pretty cool. Just in general. Even if not in the greatest shape. Strickland. Elo. Chapman Hayes. Steve Smith. I'm going to have a stack of these that I'm not going to hang on to. It is kind of cool that these legit feel like wax packs, though. Sabalos. You fine. It's kind of a cool... I don't even know if I remember that from Skybox, to be honest. Chris Webber, Woods, Leitner, Roberts, another Magic Johnson, Juwan Howard, Draft Analysis, Anthony Cook. Cool stuff. Hammonds, Chris Morris, Tyrese. Boy, that got new quick. Halliburton. Oh, one of my favorite ones that I remember opening a bunch of. 95-96 metal. D. Brown. Davis. Goog. Rookie. All-Star in the gold. Larry Bird. Throw Larry up there since it's the gold version, and a Rod Strickland. Like I said, I won't sleeve anything else up. Wow. This wax is sticking. First glue, now wax. We've had it all happen on here. But at least that protects the cards on the inside. White. Dan Marley. Strickland. Larry Nance. Sean Kemp. That was always such a great photo. One of the cheaper versions of the Sean Kemp, but Bryce Johnson, rookie. Charles Gill, Ron Harper. So we're going to get some rookies in here. 7 Jams. Coolidge. I mean, it's kind of a cool Sean Kemp card, but and that set is something else. Probably could put that one up there, but we'll get a bunch more. Del Curry. Wow. Bill Cunningham. We're going to throw this stack up there and set that one there. Love the old school. Rambus. Okafor. Larry Johnson. That's in that the P4. Patrick Ewing. Unsold AC Green. Derek Coleman, rookie, and Corbin. Remembering all the rookies. Kevin Willis, Maxwell, Reed, Simmons draft pick. Roberts, Joe Ellis. I do not know my years of this vintage because I didn't open much basketball back then. A little before my time. But we're going to set that one right with Larry. Mark Price. I have gotten more, like, obviously, I've always been to the Jordan era, but I've slowly been getting into, I bought a bunch of, actually, vintage at a card show of, 80s, I guess, vintage for basketball. Kenny Smith, Anderson, Maxey, Old Goodwin's champion, Sam Baylock, Jason Kidd, Flair Showcase. That was always a sharp set. No matter which year. But yeah, I bought a whole bunch of of early 80s, I should say. I think somewhere from the late 70s. So not too old, but older than typical. I'm starting to have an appreciation for all of these. Johnny Davis. Throw that maybe in like a bit. Now I'm going to actually literally have wax everywhere. Patrick Ewing. Stacey Augman, rookie. Man, they keep making me flip these. Oh, those Brewer. Paint Patrol. Charles Barkley. Nardi. Benjamin. Fox. You got to have kind of an appreciation for these, the way they've done and packed these as compared to some of the others. Ainge, Tim Hardaway, Ralph Sampson, Adam Keefe, Tony Brown, Dale Ellis, Reed, and Brooks. Now, hopefully, as we get going through here, we're going to heat up on some of these bigger name players or some more Jordans. I don't mind the variety, but as we would all say, you probably could take less cards. Mason Jones, the new rookie. Brandon. Sean Elliott, Maurice Cheeks, David Robinson, Sean Kemp with the USA. We'll throw those over there. Now, of course, you got to have kind of an appreciation for the air for a lot of these, I would imagine. Guess that's why it's the Kevin Johnson, Nance, Ellis, the Magic, Nelson, John Sally. What do we got? A Steve Nash, Jay English. Sometimes I don't read English so well. Was it just the one card backwards? Hey, we'll take an Andrew Iguodala in the Bazooka rookie. Not the biggest name, right? But still cool. Dwight Howard. All day taking a Dwight Howard. No respect. Yes, I officially top-loaded up the Howard. Technically, I could have done the Iggy, but Howard, I feel like, is a better one for sure. Up-tempo, Antoine Walker. I love old inserts. Again, that's in great shape. I'm just going to sleeve it up. Carr, Perry. Who doesn't love, I mean, the old inserts. Can't get enough of those. Dennis Rodman. Tracy Murray. Travis Newman. Mashburn. I believe that's a rookie for Mashburn, isn't it? There we go. Another vintage. Wait, free. I'll be going through. I'll recap a bunch of the vintage ones here when we're done anyways. Chris Mullen, Larry Johnson, Don Nelson, and Billups in the orange. Now these are under $100, so you can only expect so much by getting this many cards. That's probably why there's just a bunch of these scattered in there. Cummings, Anthony Roberts, Dumars, Davis, Lynch, Dirk, Kevin, oh, another card hiding in there. I'll throw the Dirk up here. Harold Miner and Kevin Johnson. Littles, clean. Sloan, John Johnson. Can get him from the 70s here. Horn, Gasol, this Carr, and Barros. This is like bringing me back and going through the childhood basketball collection. Tony Kukoc, another rookie of Kukoc. Ralph Sampson. Of course, these not in as good as condition, but again, we didn't pay as much for these as we did the one from last week that had only the vintage stuff, or I shouldn't say vintage, older stuff in there. Strickland, I guess we can throw that here. Miami Heat. Hornacek. Trivich. I think we pulled the Trivich, was it last week in the box? We pulled a couple anyways. Dino Raja. Tim Hardaway. See, I thought that was Curry. Miller. Nance. Bird versus Person. There's another MJ. Not the biggest years of MJ anyways. But as an MJ collector, they're kind of interesting to scatter around here. Rookie scrapbook, Felton, Richardson. Oh, LeBron James thrown in there. I guess we got to throw that one in there. I wouldn't have expected that. Dumars, Nance. Rookie of the Year, Okafor, Simmons. I was thinking of Ben Simmons and Ben Gordon. I don't know why I thought about that. You got to forgive me on that one. I think every video I say at least one name completely wrong. Usually I don't catch it though. There I caught it pretty quick. Sometimes the brain's working at different speeds. Worthy, Rice, Brown, Jordan. Well, there we go. I mean, that one's going to play. That's going to go right in front. Fun cards. Marley, Kurt, and Mitchell. What do you guys think of the variety so far? I mean, we got a bunch of packs left. We are not going to take a halftime break. Wolf, Grant, Dennis Rodman, David Collins, Del Curry, Bradley in the Stadium Club, Owens, Miller, Aguirre, Mr. Coach, Phil Jackson. And I picked up a couple Phil Jackson rookie cards too. Battle, Skiles, Harper, John Stockton, Ultimate Game. We're going to keep that as that's an insert. Reed, Jermaine O'Neal. Do like Fleer Genuine though. Oops. Do like us some Fleer Genuine. Larry Johnson, Rasheed Wallace in the rookie. Cummings, another nice vintage. Skiles, most improved. Chris Mills rookie. Mashburn, Higgins, Gray, Irvin, Magic Johnson. I keep attacking LeBron there. My bad. Maybe it's because I'm a Jordan fan. Derek Harper, Chris Mullen. As you can imagine by that picture, that is not the OG of that. That is not the original. This one is, though. For the Squires, Roland Taylor. We got Pierce. From the Roof, Gaddison, Donald, Luttrell. We got another vintage. Powell. Again, gotta love it. So yeah, I think it kind of, what's interesting, and I think it's always a lot of time goes with age. As time goes on, sometimes we like a lot more cards. Mark Jackson. Dave Johnson. Then as we have too many cards, well, there we go. That one we got to sleeve up. Julius Erving for sure. Shredders. Hakeem. Chambers. Lee. Steve Nash. Scottie Pippen. Tony Brown. So I wouldn't be sleeving too much, but how can we not do this one? How can we not do that one? We got one stack to go. I mean, for, what is it, 90 bucks, whatever it is. I mean, I get my eBay kickback, which is usually 6.5%. So, Peterson, Kevin Herter, Jamal Mashburn. Man, I don't even remember this set. I think, I thought I remember one of these with LeBron stuff in there. I don't remember, though. Johnson, very unique looking, to say the least. I'd have to say that Dr. J has probably got to be my fave so far out of all these. Garland, Connor, Reggie, Klay Thompson, and that random new card in there. Dirk, Sophomore Sensations. That's a great one. Sherman Douglas, Brown, Dominique. Oh, that's bringing it back too. Elliott, Finley, Z-Force, Eric Snow, Floyd. Well, we're getting down there. This has been kind of a casual rip. I think it's kind of a little bit expected what we're pulling in this one. Mixed up the wax over here. Campbell, Barkley, Kins. Now, Urban Johnson. That's not Magic Johnson. Hersey Hawkins. Wild card, wild card. I don't mind the wax, but it is definitely causing a mess Little wax pieces everywhere. Terry Smith. Payne. Another Michael Jordan. Again, these are kind of like, to me, the dollar Jordans, the ones that we all probably had a ton of. Thompson. Knight. Chris Ford. We're definitely coming away with some fun cards. Crash the Game. Dennis Rodman, Randy Woods, Dumars, Sonny Parker, Mitchell, Butler, Thompson, Mourning, Nelson, Bowie, Dan Marley. Cloud, A's, Coles, where is it? Manning. Some fun cards in that year. Scottie Pippen, Bill Cartwright, Scottie Pippen, Steve Francis. Stick with the gold. It's kind of a Bulls pack there. Gordon Brown, Flux, one of my least favorite modern. Oh, look at that. Look at that, Kevin Garnett. The man, the myth, the legend, Patrick Ewing, Robert Davis, a little bit of Shaq. You know where to throw these anymore, so I would say overall we did get a bunch of good rookies. I mean, I should say good, just a bunch of rookies. Obviously, I didn't display as much this time because there's, as we expected, a lot more cards. Kevin Johnson. Oh, that's a cool one. Star Attractions. For those who haven't seen those die cuts, these are cool. I'll put that right there. Anderson, Moore, Hershey, Hawkins, Doug Smith, Ziegler, Bushler, Christian Perkins. Last pack. What do you guys think? For 90 bucks. Don't forget, we have our bonus pack, which I'm not a fan of oversized cards, so I would hope it's not that, but it probably will be. Eddie Jones, rookie. Right from the roof. That's Chris Morris, Scottie Pippen, Akeem, without the H, Larry Brown. Let's open this bonus pack. I would still say it's cool to get a little bonus in there. Unless it's the, maybe these are the old school. Oh, they are. Oh, I love it. All right. Look at that. You thought maybe it was like an oversized Jordan, which I have like a gazillion of. The old tall cards. Otto Moore and Elmore Smith. It's so crazy that this was like the standard for basketball there in what, the early 70s, essentially, in the 70s. These big cards compared to, I mean, just look at the size difference. Even this one, I know there's some big rookies in this year, a big rookie in this year, but yeah, just different cards. So, I don't know, pretty cool. It's kind of cool to see these ones thrown in there too. And these aren't in horrible condition. I mean, they're not in great condition. So a little bit different in product from last weekend to this weekend. A lot of wax. My fingers are sticking pretty good here. But a lot of cool older vintage. These two are kind of the cooler of the inserts. And I'm not going to go through all these, but we got a whole stack full of, stars players. Older cards there too. We got 4 Jordans, sorry. And then these were some of the, we got a Larry Bird, that can go with this stack here. A bunch of other vintage, older cards. This would be my favorite out of the vintage. It was pretty good shape too. And centering for that matter. So honestly, this is my favorite card out of the whole thing. We did get a Bronny. Sorry, not Bronny, but LeBron. That was 2020, so not too old in the good one. Can't forget about our KG. And then, yeah, we even had a Dwight Howard rookie. Yeah, pretty good center, too. Good card. So there it is. There's your vintage repacked wax. Whew. Nice, long, fun one. Lots of cool cards in my prime of what I love to see. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. We'll see you back here tomorrow.